Good Saturday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for this Saturday, September 19th. We have no significant impacts to speak of in our short to medium term. If we look at the precipitation for both the past 7 days on the left and the past 30 days on the right, you can see significant amounts of precipitation. If you look up in Idaho, and the yellows and oranges we see there are 2 to 3 inches of rain that have occurred. The only concern here, if we look across the Sierra Front areas, both in the 7 and past 30 days, little to no precipitation in those areas, so that smaller confined area is still a concern. Our Great Basin fire activity, still some lingering stuff going on down there just outside of Ely, mainly in the grass. Another one further south towards Ridgefield. Otherwise, things are quieting down. And overall, we do have basically a zonal flow pattern. We are in between high pressure well to the south and low pressure up near Hudson Bay. So basically a flat ridge of high pressure trying to build in, but our main focus will be some tropical moisture along with tropical activity that will be surging into the southwest over the next couple of days. Our significant fire potential for today, you can see most areas are well into the green moist category. Only areas that are borderline dry are our far western areas in Nevada. For today, weather-wise, humidity on the left, wind speeds with gusts on the right. You can see humidity levels drier as you go further to the west, down into the low teens. Elsewhere, humidity levels 20 to 30%. Winds overall fairly light. Now for tomorrow, we look on the map on the left, and weak low pressure off the Baja coast with the counterclockwise flow producing a southerly flow with moisture streaming up from Mexico into parts of Arizona, and significant fire potential starting to dry out a little bit here in the Sierra Front. And as we go into Sunday, you can see humidity levels starting to decrease a bit into the single digits. Humidity wind speeds still fairly light. And looking at Monday, we start seeing some of that moisture now starting to creep up as far north as Vegas and as far north as the Grand Canyon in Arizona. We see that places that are rain-free are starting to dry back out. Most of Nevada is either moderately dry or in the western areas very dry. And that if there's wind, that could support fire, but we're not expecting much in the way of wind. Humidity levels on Monday, again, down near 10% or single digits across parts of Nevada. Wind speeds fairly light. And then on Tuesday, we see that moisture really starting to stream up now into southern parts of Nevada and Utah. And on the right, you can see our field moisture levels also starting to increase as well. And as we go into Wednesday, that moisture on the left moves into Utah. So fairly good low-end wetting rain for at least 3/4 of Utah. We feel by midweek, you can see that everyone stays in the green through there. And we will, sorry for that window through there. As we go through Thursday, that moisture moves on out. High pressure starting to build in to our south, but at this point, most of our areas are fairly moist. The only exception here is our far western areas, which again are going to miss out on most of the rain. So these areas here which have not seen much in the way of rain for 30 days will remain on the dry side. So something we're going to have to keep in mind once we get wind. And if we look to this low pressure area, we do see southwest winds picking up. So this will be a concern as we go towards the latter part of next week. And Friday, there are those winds, upper level winds of 25 to 35 knots. We'll have to watch those Sierra Front areas. Otherwise, most areas should not have any major issues. Our current field conditions, ERC-wise, we are in very minimal territory here. These light shades of green are below 50%. Only areas a little bit starting to go up a little bit are right along the Sierra Front, but they'll be drying out over the next couple of days. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Our long-range outlook, the 8 to 14 day, the warmth is confined to the country's midsection, cooler in the Pacific Northwest, and more moisture starting to come into the northern tier states. So Idaho above normal moisture, same thing for Utah. Nevada stays dry, so that's something we're going to have to continue to monitor for the next couple of weeks. This concludes our briefing. Have a safe day.